Willie Wise was one of the most complete players in ABA history, as he could easily score 20 and grab 10 rebounds, all while guarding the opposing team's best player, as Sports Illustrated once called him the best two-way performer in pro basketball. After a 2-year career at Drake, where he took Lew Alcindor and UCLA to the wire in the Final Four, he was drafted in the 5th round in 1969. But he would walk on with the Los Angeles Stars of the ABA. He would quickly become one of the best two-way players in the league, even leading the Stars to a title in his second year, still the only pro sports championship in Utah 50 years later. He made multiple All-Stars and All-Defensive teams during his time in the ABA, signing with the Nuggets after the merger, proving that he could play in the NBA as well. But a knee injury would end his career after 9 seasons. Willie Wise was extremely underrated, but he was one of the best players in ABA history, and it's only right we give him his flowers. Welcome to PZ Hoops, and let's get down to it. Willie was born on March 3rd, 1947 in San Francisco, California. Not much is known about his early career, but after his stint at Balboa High School, he played 2 years at the Community College of San Francisco. He committed to play at Drake as a junior, joining a squad of future NBA players Al Williams and Willie McCarter. Willie started at small forward and formed a great duo with McCarter. Drake's offense was top 50, and their defense wasn't bad either, as they started out 11-2, but they stumbled to finish the season, even losing 4 games in a row, finishing the season 15-8. Willie had a solid junior season, averaging 13.5 points and 11.5 rebounds on 45% shooting. The Bulldogs really figured it out in 1968, as they got big wins over Iowa, Cincinnati, Tulsa, and Louisville. Their offense was elite, ranking 16th in the nation, even dropping 120 points on Wichita State. After winning 10 straight to finish the season at 20-4, Drake made the NCAA tournament for the first time in school history, facing Texas A&M. Willie averaged 14.5 points and 11.5 rebounds on 52% shooting. He shot 2 for 15 in his tournament debut, but he dropped 10 points and 16 rebounds, as the Aggies couldn't throw a rock in the ocean, shooting 31% as Drake won by 18. The Bulldogs beat Colorado State in the next game, with Willie dropping 16 points and 7 rebounds on 4 of 11 shooting. Drake faced the mighty UCLA Bruins in the Final Four, as Willie dropped 13 points and 16 rebounds on 5 of 7 shooting. But Lew Alcindor's 25 points and 21 rebounds was enough to lead the Bruins to a 3-point win. In the third place game, Drake destroyed North Carolina, as Willie dropped 16 points and 9 rebounds on 6 of 9 shooting. McCarter was the more coveted prospect on Drake's team due to his scoring ability. Willie played well enough in college to go pro, but he was overlooked. He wanted to stay home and play in San Francisco, but the Warriors drafted him in the 5th round and didn't offer him a signing bonus, so he decided to walk on to the Los Angeles Stars in the ABA, making the team after outplaying everyone in preseason tryouts. The Stars had a team with some solid guys like Wayne Hightower, Matt Calvin, and George Stone. Willie would start at power forward and have a surprisingly great rookie season. In the 3rd game of his career, he grabbed 13 points and 20 rebounds, then 18 points and 14 rebounds 2 games later. Although he was only 6'5", he could crash the glass like a 7-footer. He grabbed 20 rebounds in 7 games, scored 20 points in 25 games, and dished 5 assists in 7 games. He even flirted with a triple-double on March 27th against Washington, dropping 21 points, 23 rebounds, and 9 assists. The Stars were a balanced team, so they held their own on both sides of the ball, finishing 43-41. Willie averaged 15 points, 11.5 rebounds, and 2.5 assists, as he was the runner-up to Rookie of the Year Spencer Haywood. Willie was hurt during his first 2 playoff series during the Chapels and Rockets, so he had a limited role, but the Stars made the ABA Finals, facing the Indiana Pacers. He dropped 11 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists in Game 2, and 18 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists in Game 6. But the Pacers were too good, and they won the series in 6 games. The Stars relocated to Utah in 1970, but Willie was still recovering from ankle surgery in the offseason. But after coming so close to a title last year, the Stars added some heavy hitters like Donnie Freeman, Zelmo Beatty, and Glenn Combs. Willie had 32 double-doubles this year. The Stars' new additions balled out as their defense was 3rd best in the league, finishing 57-27 on the season. Willie averaged 16 points, 10 rebounds, and 2.5 assists as the Stars faced the Chapels in the semifinals. Willie averaged 15 points and 12 rebounds in a 4-game sweep. The division finals brought the Pacers, and Willie showed out, averaging 24 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists in games 2 through 7, including 31 in Game 7 to lead the Stars back to the finals against the Colonels. Willie went off this series, dropping 26 points, 24 rebounds, and 8 assists in Game 2, and 22 points, 20 rebounds, and 6 assists in Game 7 as the Stars won the championship, still the only championship in Utah sports history. Once Donnie left the team in 1981, Willie stepped up as the leader and had a career year, averaging 21 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 assists through the first 20 games. He had 49 double-doubles, including 2 games with 10 assists. He dropped 43 20-point games, 11 30-point games, 2 40-point games, and a career-high 50 on 72% shooting on February 23rd against Kentucky. Willie made the All-Star team and the All-ABA second team as the Stars were near the top of the league on offense and defense, finishing 60 and 24. Willie averaged 23 points, 10.5 rebounds, and 3.5 assists as the Stars faced the Sharples in the semifinals, sweeping them. Willie averaged 30 points and 14 rebounds in games 2 and 3 of this series. They faced the Pacers in the division finals, as Willie was still dominating, but Indiana went 25 for 28 from the foul line in Game 7 as they won. The Stars added Gerald Govan to shore up the front court, but Willie continued his dominant play, grabbing 29 double-doubles and dropping a season-high 43 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals on February 19th against San Diego. The Stars were still an elite team, with a top-ranked offense and the third-best defense, ending the season 55 and 29. Willie averaged 22 points, 8 rebounds, and 3.5 assists as he made the all-defensive team this year. The Stars faced San Diego in the semifinals, but the Qs were no match for Utah and they were easily swept, as Willie averaged 25 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists over the last 3 games. The Stars faced a familiar foe in the Pacers in the division finals, as Willie was averaging 29 and 9 on 57% shooting in the first 6. In Game 7, he shot 6 for 19 from the field and committed 4 turnovers as the Pacers won by 9. The Stars didn't change much in 1973, but Willie did his usual damage, dropping 20 double-doubles, 22 games with 5 or more assists, and 10 30-point games. He dropped 34 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, and 4 steals on November 2nd against San Diego, and 27 points, 16 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 steals on November 24th against the Nets. The Stars' offense was lacking, but their defense was still elite, as they finished 51 and 33. Willie averaged 22 points, 7.5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1.5 steals, as the Stars faced San Diego in the semifinals. He averaged 26 and 7 as they won the series in 6 games. They faced the Pacers in the division finals again, as he dropped 34 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals in a Game 1 win. Utah went up 3-0 in the series, then they let Indiana come all the way back to force a Game 7. Willie put up 8 points and 10 rebounds on 4 of 11 shooting, but Ron Boone and Jimmy Jones combined for 51 points to carry Utah back to the finals against the Nets. Willie had 3 straight double-doubles to start the series, but he wasn't shooting too well, as Utah was down 3-0 heading into Game 4. He had 19 points, but Ron put up 22, 7, and 10, along with 23 rebounds from Govan, as the Stars finally got on the board. Willie played the entire Game 5, dropping 34 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals, but the Nets destroyed the Stars on the boards, leading to an 11-point win to close out the series. The Stars were losing money fast, so they traded Willie to the Squires for cash, basically giving away their franchise player for nothing. The Squires were a shell of a team as well, as financial issues forced them to trade away all their best players the previous season. Willie's knees were bothering him a lot, as he wouldn't make his season debut until late February, but he dropped 38 points, 13 rebounds, and 6 assists on March 8th against St. Louis, and 26 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists against St. Louis again near the end of the season. This year was basically a wash for Willie and the Squires, as he had the worst record in the league at 15 and 69. In his shortened season, he averaged 21 points, 6.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists, and 1.5 steals. The ABA was pretty much done in 1975, as the Squires shuffled around a lot of players, but Willie continued his usual role. He was playing really well to start the season, but his knee started bothering him again, and his play dropped off a lot. And since the Squires were 9 and 37 at the All-Star break, he decided to shut it down for the rest of the season. There wasn't anything else special going on in Virginia, as the Squires finished with a 15 and 68 record, as Willie averaged 14 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. Willie was a free agent after the merger and signed with the Nuggets, but he was buried in the depth chart behind Gus Gerard, Paul Silas, Bobby Jones, and David Thompson, so he only averaged about 19 minutes a game. Willie was putting up modest production off the bench to start the season. Then he was inserted into the starting lineup on December 5th and his play picked up, even dropping his season high of 20 points along with 4 rebounds and 5 assists on January 26th against Portland. The Nuggets' elite offense led them to a 50 and 32 record, as Willie's first NBA season saw him average 8 points, 3.5 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. The Nuggets faced the Blazers in the semifinals, but Willie had a small role. He dropped double figures twice, but the Blazers won the series in 6. Willie was traded along with Paul Silas and Marvin Webster to the Supersonics in the offseason for Tom Burleson, Bob Wilkerson, and a second-round pick. But Willie's knee was pretty much done at this point, as after 2 games, he was forced to retire since he couldn't move laterally anymore. After his career, he was among the many former ABA players to fight the NBA to receive fair treatment regarding their pension funds, as he also maintains pride in the ABA's playstyle and its influence on the modern game. "We practically pioneered the Golden State Warriors," Willie would say. "The way they play is the way we played in the 60s and 70s, in the NBA's adoption of the three-point line after much wrangling back and forth, because there were a lot that didn't want it, because they thought it was just an ABA gimmick to get people in the stands. Let's just give them 3 points for a shot from a certain distance rather than just 2. And the old guard in the NBA didn't want it and fought against it. Red Auerbach being one, Dick Motter from the Bulls being another, and I want to say I'm not certain about this one, Jerry Colangelo. There were a number of coaches that fought it, and finally the NBA adopted it, and it just grew and grew. Willie was named to the ABA All-Time Team in 1997 and had his number retired by Drake in 2009 as he went back to celebrate the 50th anniversary of their Final Four team. Willie was an overlooked player that dominated both sides of the ball, but because he played for a small market team, his great play usually went unnoticed. But he carried the Stars throughout their entire history as a franchise, giving them a title in 1971, still the only pro sports championship in Utah. Willie was one of the best players in the ABA, and he should be remembered for his excellent play with the Stars. Thank you guys, I really appreciate y'all for supporting this video. Like I always seen Willie Wise when I was looking at ABA content, and plus I saw the picture, like that dude had the mutton chop sideburns, like 70s to a T. He was like the Bob Dandridge of the ABA. All around player who was a great defender, who could shoot the ball, who could rebound really well, who could pass. Like a very good all-around player that was just forgotten, because most of these ABA players are. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on my post notifications. Thank you. Please be safe. I'm out. Peace.